I put an update video on the channel yesterday about what's going on in Ukraine, and I got I suppose a bit of a bollocking, you could call it, by some subscribers for acting like the mainstream media and reporting what's in the news. And all I was simply doing was just, putting in front of you what you might not necessarily have seen. And as usual, we're all open-minded, free-thinking people here, and we can make our own minds up what's going on. I have my own views on what Mr. Putin is up to, as I'm sure you do. But there's one question I have over all of this. Once this whole Ukraine thing is settled one way or another, what's he going to do next? And will he go further? How do everybody? Welcome back to the channel for a Saturday. Nice day outside. Hope it is where you are. Let me know. I've just got back from Gatwick and I'm just, catching up on the day's events, particularly what's happening in the Ukraine at the moment. Very, very awful situation for all concerned. And I noticed that the Ukrainian president actually got offered a lift out of there by the US, and he turned around and said, "It's ammunition I need, not a taxi." So he apparently is still there trying to lead his people. Well, what's going on? We know that, there's mass fighting in Ukraine at the moment, particularly around the capital, Kiev. And the BBC have been calling it Kyiv. I'm not sure what the real name is, but I've known it as Kiev for all my life, and will continue to call it that. But that's a bit irrelevant, really, isn't it? We've seen that a Russian ship in the English Channel has been seized. That was apparently on its way to St. Petersburg and belongs to one of the companies that have had sanctions applied to them by the British government. So it's getting quite tight, really. But you have to ask yourself, with Russia and Putin, if he gets away with this, will he stop there? I am of the firm belief that he's been sitting there watching NATO expansionism coming his way for years and years and years, and he's turned around and said, "Nah, I've had enough of this," and he's pushing back. That's what my opinion is, and you either share it or you disagree with it. I don't, that's what we do here. We exchange views. Now, would he stop with Ukraine if he gets away with it? Have a look what I found. He's now turning round to Finland and Sweden, wagging a finger at them and saying, don't get too pally with that NATO lot, or you could be next. And we've got all of these regions all around the edge of Russia, which are being reinforced by NATO troops at the moment. And you wonder what is going to happen next. Could there be a miscalculation? That's a big worry that can make the whole thing escalate. You've got demonstrators on the streets in Russia saying, "We don't want this war, we don't want this war," and they're all being arrested and carted off. And you've got Ukrainians here and, everywhere else saying, "Why aren't you getting involved? Why aren't you getting involved? Get boots on the ground." Well, if you want World War III, that's the way to go, isn't it? Nobody wants that. That's the unthinkable. But really, you have to ask the question, what's going to happen next? Will he stop at Ukraine? And then, of course, you look at China. They must be keeping an eye on this and have Taiwan firmly in their sights as well. Very worrying situation all round. And not to mention the cost of fuel and wheat and everything else that can go up. It's, pretty widespread consequences. And, of course, I'll keep an eye on it. Bring you anything else? Let me know what you think. It ain't good. Toodaloo.